So, there's some teams I'm starting to worry about in these playoffs. Honorable mention, I'm going to go Denver. You know, MPJ and Aaron Gordon, they're dealing with injuries that they shouldn't even be playing on right now. And even Westbrook tonight, he has inflammation in his foot, but, you know, their bench is just not doing it for me. Like, you've seen tonight, their bench literally, Westbrook was the only person that scored on their bench. They literally had no production off the bench. And they're just too star reliant. Like, I'm going to put them in my honorable mention because they do still have the best player in the series in Nikola Jokic. You know, maybe he could just pull an all-time carry job, get them to 7 games, and somehow win Game 7. But as of right now, you know, Denver, they're not looking too good right now. The Clippers really did dominate tonight. The first team I'm going to talk about is the New York Knicks. Why are you in a close game with the Pistons? You have Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, and probably top 10-ish, arguably, wings in the NBA, and OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, and you're a couple of Tobias Harris shots away from being down 2-1 to the Pistons. Like, why are you so close with the Pistons? Like, legitimately, if Tobias Harris didn't have a Philly Tobias Harris game tonight, you would be down 2-1. And, you know, they're very questionable. The only reason they won tonight is because Jalen Brunson closed out the game for them, but, you know, the game was close. Like, Tobias Harris was doing an alright job on Karl Anthony Towns. I think he racked up like 5 fouls. Cat still dropped 31, but, you know, Cat didn't really seem to have his way with Tobias Harris. He mostly got most of his shots on the three-point line. And, you know, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dennis Schroeder kept the Pistons in the game for the majority of the night. And that's the thing with Detroit. I think they're always going to have one player that just keeps them in the game. The game they won in New York, it was Schroeder. Tonight, it was Tim Hardaway and even Schroeder still. And, you know, they just have to have Malik Beasley and Tobias Harris just step up and hit more shots because the Knicks legitimately were a few Tobias Harris and Malik Beasley shots away from losing this game tonight. So, you know, I'm a little worried about the Pistons. The Knicks. I'm a little worried about the Knicks. I think they could still win, but, you know, Pistons are giving them a run for their money so far, so we'll see. And, you know, another team, the Lakers. They did win Game 2, and, you know, it was kind of convincible, but the thing with me is, like, did we really see the Lakers play better, or did we just see the Wolves play worse? You know, both the teams shot horrible from 3. The thing I noticed in the game was that Luka kept trying to go at Rudy Gobert, or their game plan was basically to attack Rudy Gobert, and it didn't work. Like, Luka, I was counting the shots. He shot like 1 of 6 or 1 of 7 on Rudy Gobert. And Rudy Gobert was literally doing a great job on Luka because every time Luka tried to go at him, he either had to pass it out or he just chucked up a brick. Even the same thing with LeBron. LeBron, watching the possessions on Rudy Gobert, he hasn't really scored on Gobert that much. And, you know, Gobert, he might not be looking too great in the box score. I mean, he had like 2 and 6 in the first game and then like 4 rebounds the second game, I think. But he's actually playing like really good defense, ironically. And, you know, I don't think we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves shoot that bad from 3 again in this series. So that's why I'm kind of a little worried about the Lakers because I don't think we really seen them dominate the Wolves. It's just the Wolves played bad. And, you know, I definitely think we'll see the Timberwolves pick it up as the series goes on. And the last team I want to talk about, the Golden State Warriors. Jimmy Butler, you know, his health's questionable. You know, they don't have the pieces necessary to compete with this Houston team without Jimmy Butler. I mean, they went to Jonathan Kuminga last night. He didn't play well with the opportunity he got. I'm pretty sure he's going to bounce back, obviously, if you get more touches. But, you know, could we see Trace Jackson Davis in this series, possibly? You know, he's an athletic big. He gives them a rim threat that Kevon Looney doesn't provide because Kevon You know, he just rolls, and once he gets the ball, he'll hit you with the layup or something. But he doesn't really offer a rim threat in the pick and roll. But if Jimmy Butler is missing a game or two in this series, you know, it's very going to be heavily reliant on Steph Curry. And, you know, Steph Curry's just going to have to carry this Warriors team. How much he can carry them, I don't know. But, you know, that's why I'm kind of worried about them, because they're starting to get adjusted to Jimmy Butler and the value he provides on the offensive end. Now you strip that away. Now they're back to the Warriors that we seen earlier in the season, where it's very reliant on Steph. There's not really that much scoring off the bench or without Steph in the game. Not really that much shot creation, not really that much playmaking. So, you know, we're going to see, depending on how much time Jimmy Butler misses, or if he misses time at all. But, yeah, this is my takes on a few of the teams that, you know, are kind of starting to look a little stagnant, and I'm kind of a little worried for them. But let me know in the comments what y'all think, what y'all seen in the games, and like, subscribe, and I'm out.